Today's episode begins with Anita absolutely getting at it in her living room, nailing every step of the new Articullet's choreography. Martin informs them that he's leaving to visit Nicole, but it's not for a cozy catch-up. In an effort to prove his honesty to Smitty, Martin feels that he needs to tell Nicole the truth about Kenny's death. When Martin arrives at Nicole's, she has one question for him. Is this something that Mother and Daddy already know? She's frustrated to learn that yet another secret has been kept from her, but she's eager to hear what Martin has to say. He tells her that Kenny was taken care of by Bill, with some help from Joey, Malone, and Chief Hawthorne. With all of the details at her disposal, Nicole deduces that it was a hit, but Martin promises that neither he nor Vernon knew about it. Nicole is glad that Martin told her the truth, but she doesn't understand why everyone thought she'd be too fragile to handle it. She reminds Martin that no one in his life will ever fight harder for him. He says that, at the time of the incident, he was still hoping to become president. He knew that Nicole would make him face the horrors of what he did, which would almost certainly derail his candidacy. Nicole suggests that Martin start seeing her in an official capacity as a therapist, and he agrees. Naomi and Jacob are enjoying a date night at Orphe Jean's, but even though his lips are with her, she can sense that his mind is elsewhere. He tells her about the Nicole-Leslie scuffle that he's currently investigating, including how Ted refused to offer a statement. Jumping to conclusions, Naomi tells Jacob that he better not have believed Leslie and put handcuffs on another member of her family. Jacob assures her that he isn't arresting anyone yet, but there's still more to be uncovered about this Martin situation. Naomi refuses to believe that her family could be involved in something nefarious, setting the stage for some big disappointment to come. Concerned about her cousin, Naomi heads to Dupree Manor, where she asks Anita and Vernon to give it to her straight. It's not just a family matter, Vernon tells her. It's a legal one. And Naomi realizes that they aren't telling her because she's married to a police officer. It's bad, isn't it? She says. Vernon tells Naomi that he doesn't want to burden her with all of the information, but she says she needs to help. So Vernon retains Naomi as legal counsel, protecting everything they say under attorney-client privilege. Every new detail shocks Naomi more than the last, especially the involvement of Malone and Chief Hawthorne. But it's the discovery of Bill's role in Kenny's death that sends Naomi off the edge. I used to think there was a line that Bill wouldn't cross, Vernon says. I was wrong. Nothing is out of bounds for the fixer. I'll never make that mistake again. Naomi thought that leaving Danny for Hayley was the worst thing Bill could do, but this is beyond the pale. I want to unhear it, but I don't want to unknow it, she says, reminding her grandparents that Jacob is investigating Martin. She says he doesn't know everything, but he's putting it together fast. I think you need to prepare for the possibility that this may not stay covered for long, she says. Determined to take down Eva, Kat tracks her half-sister's location, ultimately ending up in her hotel room, where she and Tomas are swapping more than just books. Within minutes of Eva and Tomas entering her room, she accidentally pulls a sexy bra out of her top drawer while looking for the book. She gets nervous, which is a color he isn't used to seeing on her. Actually, nervous is an understatement. As Eva puts it, completely and totally freaked out is more accurate. Tomas gives her the option of turning back the clock and pretending like their kiss never happened. Or we could play the moment all over again, he says, and guess which one Eva chooses. Within seconds, they're passionately kissing on the bed, laughing and flirting the whole time. But something is bothering Eva. If we did this is exactly what Kat has been trying to accuse me of doing this whole time, she says. Sleeping with her boyfriend? I'm not that girl. Tomas says that he and Kat aren't exclusive, but Eva says Kat doesn't know that. Eva doesn't want to be a side piece. She wants to be a main character, something she's never been. Just then, eek! Kat knocks on Eva's hotel room door. I know you're in there, she says. We need to talk. Open the door. Kat is stunned to discover Tomas standing in Eva's room, but at least he manages to get fully dressed before she enters. He says he's just there to pick up a book, but she isn't buying it, storming back out as quickly as she entered. Eva isn't happy either. If Tomas and Kat aren't exclusive, why did he look so upset when she walked out? And why did he lie about picking up a book rather than being honest with her? "It's okay if you still like her, Tomas," Eva says. "I'm just glad we put on the brakes before things got messy." Eva says they both have things to figure out, and she's okay with certain stories reaching their conclusions. When Tomas leaves, Eva tells herself, "The end." Over at the Hamilton residence, Hayley is modeling a sexy new dress for Bill, who calls her the ninth wonder of the world. Bill also tells Hayley that he'd never know she was pregnant, which appears to strike a nerve with her. She doesn't appreciate that Bill's idea of a compliment is telling his wife that she doesn't look pregnant when her days of looking like this are numbered. "Baby, I just want you to be able to enjoy it before I turn into a big round pumpkin," she says. Bill tells Hayley that she's going to be beautiful no matter how pregnant she ends up looking. At the risk of ruining their perfect evening, Hayley asks Bill about his recent dealings with the Duprees. After meeting with Vernon and crashing Martin's press conference, she wants to know where he stands with the rest of the Duprees, friend or foe. Bill says it's neither. He only deals with them when they reach out, which she finds frustrating. Why can't he seem to quit the Duprees? Just then, Bill and Hayley receive an unexpected visit from a very angry Nicole. "I never liked you, but this? My God, Bill, you are a murderer!" she says as she storms into their living room. Bill asks Hayley for a moment alone with Nicole, laying into her as soon as his wife leaves the room. Nicole says Hayley deserves to know who her future baby daddy is, just like she deserved to know that Ted had a secret daughter from a mistress. Telling Nicole to leave the scorned woman routine to Danny, Bill says he knows she's actually upset about being left in the dark. "The only thing I've ever killed is the law," he says, denying any involvement in any alleged premeditated murder. Bill basically gives Nicole the same speech he gave Vernon at Martin's press conference, reminding her that he's unfairly judged for actually getting his hands dirty when he's simply cleaning up the Duprees' messes. Martin could be in prison if it wasn't for Bill, and he's not entirely wrong. "I'm the one who saved your baby boy, not kind, loving mommy," he tells her. Then Bill rightfully points a finger at Vernon. "Do good men need fixers?" Bill asks Nicole. "No. Good men don't commit acts that require fixers." When Vernon became his father-in-law, Bill hoped he'd be like the loving, approving father he never had himself. "Instead of Vernon making a better man out of me, I became an enabler for his wrongdoings," Bill says, adding that he's just as disappointed as Nicole is. She's unimpressed, responding to his speech with a snarky, slow clap. "Stay away from my son," Nicole says. "Better yet, stay away from my entire family." When Bill says the Duprees are the ones who always come to him, she tells him to start saying no, rather than remaining the devil on their collective shoulder. She says Martin has been damaged by Bill's fixing, but that ends here. "I'm going to be the one to fix him," she says. "I am the fixer, nay." Martin grabs a bite at Orphe Jean's, where Jacob immediately pesters him with questions. Jacob says he knows about Malone giving his family extra protection, asking if he's really afraid of this guy who's stalking them. Martin says he needs to handle the rest between himself and Smitty, which surprises Jacob. He says Smitty also refused to answer any more questions, which is suspicious for people who haven't committed any crimes. "Right, Martin?" he asks. Martin tells Jacob that he's fishing, but Jacob insists he's merely worried. "You don't think all these coincidences mean something?" Jacob asks, to which Martin replies with an extremely political non-answer. Martin walks over to the counter to grab his takeout when he's accosted by another family member. This time it's Kat, and she's ready to give him an earful about her encounter with Eva and Tomas. "If he's stepping out on you, I'm ready to pull out the emergency breakup kit," Martin says, but he has to ask, is there any chance Kat is misunderstanding what she saw? Kat says Martin is living, breathing proof that good men exist, which only makes him feel guiltier, as Kat is basically the only member of the Dupree family who doesn't know what he did. That night, cue thunder. It's been decades in the coming, but the Articulets are finally reuniting for a concert on Beyond the Gates. Get ready to be transported back to the soulful sound of the 70s and boogie on down. But what would any big event on daytime be without a little drama? The latest preview offers a hint at what's in store for the big concert. The 3 surviving members, headed by Anita, take to the stage, but an uninvited guest crashes the event. Danny and Nicole are sent into a tizzy when Fairmont Crest's biggest troublemaker, Leslie, appears dressed in a devilish black leather number. It appears that Leslie did not heed the advice of her ex-lover Ted, who had warned her to stay away from his family. Oh, and who is roughing him up in this promo, and why? Vernon also warns Leslie that if she ruins this night for his wife, that sounds like a threat. And of course, it looks like Kat and Eva's feud might be put on hold given the scene caused at the concert. You aren't going to want to miss this reunion, that's for sure. Be sure to read the Beyond the Gates spoilers to find out who has an offer for Danny she may not be able to refuse. Dana Leslie Thomas is picking up some heat from Beyond the Gates fans. Is she becoming the female version of General Hospital's Drew Kane? Read on to find out what fans are saying and why. The snarky comments began when Tamara Tooney posted some clips from CBS about some of the footage from the show. It showed something about the Articulet's reunion tour. In her caption on Instagram, the BTG actress wrote, "Dramatic notes indeed," adding, "Is everyone caught up?" Her hashtags included #BeyondTheGates, #CBS, #Paramount+. Well, the clips revealed that the narrator said, "A musical celebration hits some dramatic notes." In the footage, fans saw that Dana Leslie Thomas arrived, and other cast members were talking about it. "What the hell is she thinking coming here?" asked Danny of Nicole. Vernon wasn't happy at all, saying, "If you dare ruin this night for my wife." And Ted, staring up, said, "Stay away from my wife." In the comments section, a critic wrote, "Love this soap, but so over Leslie." Notably, they were not alone in expressing their irritation. Another person said in the replies, "Me too." Meanwhile, someone else with similar sentiments gave Dana Leslie Thomas a backhanded sort of compliment, opining, "I hate to say it, but I am too. She is needed on the show, and she's doing a great job, but I'm over her." Another fan of BTG noted, "No telling what cray-cray Leslie did." One fan who didn't seem to hate the character that Trisha Mann Grant plays mentioned that she's hated because she does such a good job acting her role. Well, that sounds rather similar to the problems that Cameron Matheson faces. Sometimes, his acting as Drew Kane is so good that GH viewers have trouble separating the actor from the real person. He's got a lot of hate mail from viewers of the show, and he spoke about it publicly during various interviews on social media. There are valid reasons why viewers might dislike Dana Leslie Thomas. For instance, recent spoilers about the show suggest that Leslie will fake or exaggerate an injury, and it might have something to do with a clash between her and Nicole Richardson. Other people have complained that her character seems to be vicious and villainous, despite her bringing plenty of talking points to the show. She was responsible for nearly killing off Laura, Nicole's assistant. Plus, her manipulative personality has not gone unnoticed. Hopefully, the hate for her character doesn't manifest into extreme responses like hate mail and confrontation when she's seen in public. What are your thoughts? Let us know in the comments below, and come back here often for all your Beyond the Gates cast news and updates. The Beyond the Gates What to Watch moments for Friday, July 25th, 2025 tease trouble in paradise already. Hayley and Bill are trying to start their own family, but now she's concerned about her husband once again. Hayley and Bill just want to focus on the good news. They're finally expanding their family, but Hayley can't help but wonder if Bill is in worse trouble than she imagined. If so, this could put their entire family into trouble. Is now a good time to start a family? Bill and Hayley already have enough on their plate with being the outcasts of Fairmont Crest. Along with that is Bill's health. The last thing Hayley needs is to lose her husband as soon as she got him. Meanwhile, Tyrell and Samantha feel as if they've been lied to by their entire family. Ted and Nicole were planning to move away secretly and didn't inform them. Samantha's parents told her that she couldn't pursue modeling, but then lied to Chelsea. The betrayal is real, and Tyrell feels responsible for their family's deception. So, how will both of them react? And will they be able to move forward with their family? Meanwhile, Pamela will present Danny with an offer that's hard to turn down. At least that's how she feels. Pamela thinks it would be best for her to accept it. But what will Danny do? Will she go along with this offer, or will she turn it down? And if she does turn it down, what will Pamela do? Will that make things complicated in their partnership and friendship? Here are your spoilers for Beyond the Gates on Friday, July 25th, 2025. It's been a minute since we last saw Danny Dupree's bestie, Pamela. When we last saw her, she was suggesting that Danny return to modeling to help launch their new talent agency and create better visibility. What has she up her sleeves now? In Friday's episode, Pamela has an intriguing offer for Danny. This has got to be a good one, seeing as it's a Friday. Hayley was deflected every time she brought up Martin's press conference and the fact that it had ended the moment that Bill showed Martin something on his phone. Bill wouldn't talk about it, and when he got a call and went to the conference room, Hayley knew something was up, but not what. In Friday's episode, Hayley wonders if her husband is in deep trouble. Nope, but he sure is worried though, and he has been under a lot of stress the past week or two. Hayley will try keep the focus on that, and not when her next ultrasound appointment is, that Bill very much wants to attend to see little Bill Jr. or Billita. The two children of Smitty and Martin have had a lot to process. The tension in the house hit a boiling point when Martin revealed the secret that he had been holding onto for 2 years to Smitty. Martin then gave a tamed-down version to Samantha and Tyrell, which seemed to satisfy them, but they still didn't understand why Smitty had to tell Martin to move out. Then Samantha overheard Smitty and Jacob talking and got a few extra details that Pop had conveniently left out. Beginning to piece things together, they know that there is far more to that story, and they're not happy about being kept in the dark. In Friday's episode, Tyrell and Samantha feel lied to by their entire family. Sooner rather than later, this is going to explode. And in case you missed it, the Articulet's reunion is going to go ahead. But not without a serious amount of soapy drama and that bad egg, Leslie, making an appearance. Vernon warns her against ruining the night for his wife, but we know she doesn't listen or obey Vernon. Doug's visit to the casino doesn't go as well as he'd like, and things get a little rough. Stay tuned for more drama as Beyond the Gates delivers like no other. Watch full episodes of Beyond the Gates weekdays on CBS or stream on Paramount+. In the Thursday, July 24th episode of Beyond the Gates, Tomas continued to be terrible, and Jacob continued to be inquisitive. In addition, Nicole came for Bill's fixer title, and Naomi was read into Martin's drama and trauma. Seems like she will take it upon herself to protect the family legally. After Martin confessed the last piece of the puzzle to his mother, Nicole knew what she had to do. Learning about the bigoted busboy's murder wasn't pleasant, but she didn't fall apart. What she got was mad. She paid a visit to Bill and called him a murderer in front of Hayley. By the end of their conversation, Nicole phased Bill out as the family fixer. Bill loves the fact that Vernon kept turning to him over the years. As much as he would complain, he wouldn't want it any other way. He was desperate for Vernon's respect, but probably couldn't figure out why he lost any chances for that respect when he did what he did to Danny. Nicole didn't back down from Bill. He did what he had to do, but she let him know that he didn't need to do it that way. One of her best lines was when she reacted to him resorting to murder to take care of the situation. She claimed he had broken Martin with the lies and the pain and the cover-up. He took the easy way out with Kenneth's death. Did you really think that wouldn't weigh heavier on him than losing a seat in Congress? So true. Bill didn't have much to say to that. And while he said he was once a believer, he insisted that Vernon wasn't a good man. After all, good men don't need fixers. Ultimately, Nicole filled him in on a new truth, that she was the fixer now, and he didn't need to have anything to do with Martin anymore. These were powerful scenes that Daphne Duplay and Timon Kyle Durrett killed. With Naomi being led into the inner family circle that knows everything about what happened to Martin, she can be the one to navigate the legal intricacies of what could happen should this cover-up go public. Vernon handed her money to seal the deal as their attorney of record. That way, he and Anita could tell her everything, and Naomi is now bound by the attorney-client privilege. Naomi and Nicole have, in essence, made Bill's services for the Dupree family obsolete. We'll see if that is indeed the case. Bill may feel iced out. He says that's what he wants, but is it? Now that it's more true than ever, how's he going to feel when the next Dupree crisis happens? and nobody turns to him for help. He lives on being the Dupree fixer. How can Bill Hamilton be half of me? Naomi wondered. Yes, Bill's relationship with Naomi will take another hit. It's not the first time, but now Naomi knows that her father and Joey Armstrong basically arranged for Kenneth to be murdered. They may have airtight alibis, but the Duprees know what they resorted to. They went outside the bounds to deal with the racist thug. Naomi may want to unhear Thursday's truth, but she doesn't want to unknow it. Because now she's on the front line, and she can prepare herself to face Jacob and his questions. This development can only mean a rocky future for Naomi and Jacob.